Hi, I'm Barry Hess, your Arizona Libertarian candidate for governor. If you're listening to this message, you may be a personal friend, a family member, a fellow Libertarian, or simply someone who places a high value on your personal freedoms. But today, I'm asking you to financially support this effort to restore governmental respect for our rights as individuals. When I decided to get into this campaign, I knew what sacrifices, difficulties, and frustrations I would face. My decision to decline the Republican offer to run as their candidate was based in part on their insistence that I take part in public funding for my campaign. But I just can't bring myself to participate in publicly funded campaign schemes. It just seems to me to be more than a little hypocritical and unethical to tell people that I'm going to lessen their burden by taking more of their money to forward my political aspirations. I've never asked for financial contributions, and I swore that before I did, I would ensure my place on the ballot as a strong contender in this race. We've done that. Our message of absolute respect for individual rights is easily embraced when it gets in front of the general public. The primary settled the issue of who the competition is, and now it's down to the incumbent, a convenience liberal, and a full-fledged right-wing extremist. The stage could not be better set for us to make clear our differences and finally offer the people of Arizona a real choice and a real voice in their government. That's why I've come to you now to ask you to financially participate and to make this your campaign. People used to ask me if I thought we could win, and I'd have to say I don't know. Now when they ask, can we win? My answer is emphatically, absolutely. The question of will we win? I still don't know. But everything's in place and everything is possible. I'm doing my part. Our campaign team and volunteers are doing theirs, and the rest is now up to you. You simply have to make a decision to make this your campaign and to make it grow, or to make an excuse. We've all worked very hard to give you a campaign that you can be proud of. And now I'm turning it over to you. It's yours. What will you do with your campaign? I can't even begin to count the number of times I've heard people say, I wish libertarians would win, but they're still too small. Or, I'm willing to put my hard-earned money where my mouth is and into a campaign to restore my personal freedoms, but I'm waiting for this or that. Well, our time has arrived. Anything and everything can happen. Your personal support, yours, could well end up making all the difference in the world. So I'm asking you to consider that before I had even officially announced that I had decided to run, an Angus Reid poll had me at a solid 5 to 6%, and favorable name recognition can't get any higher. My per vote cost has been only 3.6 cents, as opposed to Republican and Democrat costs of $4.50 to $6. So even a small contribution will go a long way to support freedom in our lifetime. Right now, we can put a commercial on select cable channels for less than $10 per spot. The high subscriber channels run up to around $80. Of course, will you sponsor a few? Our next commercial is just waiting for your personal contribution. You can contribute via PayPal using your credit card, or print out the contribution form on our website, www.hessforgovernor.com, and then mail it in. You can even specify where and how you want your contribution spent. Remember, this is your campaign. Building on the solid foundation of hard work by scores of libertarians, activists, and supporters over the past 2 decades, we have had and will have an extraordinary impact on this very election. I've been busy with all the events, averaging 6 to 8 per week, plus the radio interviews and the surveys and questionnaires, always trying to find a more effective way to tell our story, and it's working. We're now seeing new support come from Democrats, Republicans, Independents, Reforms, Green Party members, and many others. Our many endorsements, including Arizona's very best radio talk show host, Charles Goyette, Libertarian Party founder, David Nolan, Republican Olympic marathoner, Lynn Petronella, and a special video endorsement by Sean Morley, better known to WWE fans as Val Venus, have already gotten the attention of the press. We have plenty more on the way that will show a wide spectrum of people who each bring their own audience and influence to your campaign. We have the most technologically advanced political site on the web. And we are setting new standards in campaigning that show clearly the Republican Democrats spend campaign dollars as wastefully and pointlessly as the legislation they pass when in office. Now, I've posted hundreds of commentaries, op-eds, even short videos for each of the issues. Discerning voters appreciate consistency, truthfulness, and innovation. Your campaign, your contribution to your campaign will go directly into printing literature and signs and to pay for commercial radio and TV airtime. So no contribution is too small. Now, I'm supposed to tell you that the limit on contributions is $760 per adult for this election. So be careful with your checkbook. People are catching on to the fact that if a poll is not all-inclusive, it's fraud, pure and simple, and its results are only an attempt to influence voters. Yet another form of political advertising. Here's my simple request. We've got our team together, and every single person involved has been and is committed to continuing to work as hard and fast as we can to put together the core people to make this the most successful libertarian campaign in Arizona's history. How can we overcome the obstacles in our path and make the issues regarding government's proper role and respect for our individual rights unavoidable? Through your financial support and commitment. There are lots of ways to contribute. If you have absolutely no funds, I mean not even a few dollars to cover mail or print costs to get literature into the hands of people who are on the fence, sympathetic to libertarian philosophy, or brand new to voting, you'll find a growing list of ways that you can enhance your campaign through the volunteer link on the website, like simply calling into radio talk shows and telling them that you want to hear about all of the candidates, or sitting down and writing a letter to the editor of all of the local publications you can find to say the same thing. Now, another way you can make this campaign yours is to come to some of the forums and events and support your campaign and your candidate. The primary election is behind us, so time is very, very short. The election on November 7th, 2006 is still less than 7 weeks away. Now is the time for those people who have pledged their support to me to step up and get their contribution into the campaign headquarters. Is right now too soon? Please don't put it off. I need your help to make this campaign competitive and visible, and I need it right now. You can use the contribution form on the website to be part of our success. With your help and your support, we can make 2006 an historic milestone. I look forward to adding your personal name to the list of contributors who accepted this challenge to actually take part in something very special. If we do it right, we have a chance to write some history. Will you co-author it with me? I hope so. I'm still Barry Hess, your Arizona Libertarian candidate for governor, and I do remain at your service. Thank you very much. I look forward to hearing from you.